Okay, so you know that saying about the Fallout games? War. War never changes. Well, in this case with Nintendo, plans. Plans always change. What do I mean? Good question. Seems like classic consoles from Nintendo may be coming out after all. Let's get into it. Hold up. What's up, everybody? It's Adventure Link back again with some gaming news on the gaming channel because that's what it's for. Before we get started, I just want to give a special shout out to KY on Patreon, aka KY Lay on Facebook, for being a patron. But that being said, there's a possibility Nintendo might just release some classic consoles after all, and or put some more systems on their Nintendo Switch Online. So last night I heard from a video from Rich, aka Review Tech USA, on his show about this. Additionally, earlier today, my friend Rosetta Osborne linked a article from a site called comicbook.com. I've used those for sources in the past on videos. So for sources today, just consider Rich's show that I mentioned, as well as comicbook.com that Rosetta Osborne linked on Facebook, as sources for today. So with that being said, what we have here is a new Nintendo leak may possibly hint at an N64 Classic and or a GameCube Classic coming soon. So there's a new data mining leak revealing that Nintendo is going to possibly release not one but two more classic consoles and or make some more Nintendo Switch Online games. New files have been added and consequently discovered that provide pretty damning evidence that SNES games are coming to the service in the future. But here's where things get even more interesting. The couple that aforementioned discovery of Super Nintendo games, another data miner, which is known as Oatmeal Dome on Twitter, found some evidence that seemingly suggested that more classic consoles are on the way, or more emulator consoles are coming to the Switch Online soon. So with that being said, from his tweet he found 4 emulator types. Kachi Kachi, which is the NES Classic emulator. I believe I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize. Canoe, as you all know, is the emulator for the Super Nintendo Classic. Hiyoko and Count. Now, he said this can mean there will be two new classic consoles and or 3 new consoles for the Switch Online. So, what do I think of this so far? Well, plans always change in Nintendo. Like, they could have an N64 and a GameCube Classic soon, and their names are Hiyoko and Count respectively for the emulators, or it could be switched around, or it could be, they're going to do one or the other and use one of the names for the emulator. We don't know yet. But then again, there have been patents out for an N64 Classic console controller. So there is that. I believe Nintendo mentioned that on one of his YouTube shows, talking about a possible N64 Classic back when the PlayStation Classic got the N64 Classic discussion reignited again. But yeah, we are clearly having 2 more classic consoles and or 3 emulated consoles coming to the Switch. For sure, we're going to have the Super Nintendo stuff. From what this points to, basically Rich of Review Tech USA basically called out that more or less what you see on the Super Nintendo Classic is what you get for the Switch Online. Go figure. There's also a few other games too, but comicbook.com doesn't mention it. Rich kind of went over some possibilities too. So, go check his show out because I forgot. Anyways. Additionally, we could also see possibly not even GameCube Classic, but there could be, a Game Boy Advance or even a Game Boy Classic that's meant for the emulation for the Switch Online service. However, if there's a leak for a Clue Classic console, GameCube seems more likely of the two on comicbook.com. That's what they said. So, alas, who knows? Like I said, plans. Plans always change. Yeah, we go from Reggie going on, after holiday 2018, there will be no more classic consoles. Bye-bye SNES Classic, bye-bye Nintendo Classic, bye-bye, no more. But then, this happens. So, honestly, With Nintendo being so slow, and only trickling out NES games, at best this could be future plans for something else. Or at worst, this could be, like half-ass plans or maybe even a bunch of fake news. Or, things that planned on at Nintendo, but for one reason or another didn't go through. Personally, I'm still hoping out for an N64 Classic. If they make one, I'll likely end up getting one. But then again, too, they probably just, went over to PlayStation Classic. And, could have went either way for them, with the big defeat of PlayStation Classic, releasing the N64 Classic or even the Game Boy Advance or GameCube Classic. They pretty much hit it, at this point, they pretty much never mind the home run. It'd be a grand slam. Nintendo would hit a grand slam to either the N64 and or the GameCube Classic at this point. Or they saw what happened to the PlayStation Classic, and, well, they was afraid of releasing another one, so they held off, which, both scenarios are likely to happen because, with the Genesis / Mega Drive, we had a whole crap ton of at-games bull crap. We, had the NES and... Sorry. Something caught in my throat. Anyways, NES and SNES classics. A Neo Geo classic. Even a Commodore 64 Mini. Talks of an official Genesis / Mega Drive classic. And then, of course, the infamous PlayStation classic. So, like I said, it's two options. Either Nintendo could release their classic, they'd hit a grand slam. Or, it's maybe burned out on the retro classic console market. People's now getting burned out on it, getting sick of it. So Nintendo wisely held off. Now, I respect the decision either way. But if they do make a classic console, imagine a wad of cash here and I'm fry off Futurama. Shut up and take my money. Pretty much. After Nintendo Switch Online, though, unfortunately, at best, we are going to see the Super Nintendo for sure. But I wouldn't hold my breath of anything past Super Nintendo, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, welcome to Nintendo, where they're like light years behind everyone else, and then just had to, make their online play pay to play, because everyone else is doing it, and there's no real incentive either. At best, it's just, a big paywall in order to use cloud saves, assuming your game supports it, and at worst, it's garbage. But then again, the old adage of you get what you pay for applies. Nintendo Online's like, what, $20 a year? Whereas, on the other consoles, that's the monthly rate. So, we'll just have to wait and see on this. But me personally, like I said before, if they can just beef up the SNES Classic hardware and then optimize their N64 emulator around this new system on a chip ARM board, yawn, that they're going to use, yeah, that'd be great because as is, Super Nintendo Classic can run N64, albeit a little choppy. Just, optimize your emulator, beef up your hardware, and as Mad Little Pixel would say, boom! Then you'd have a home run. So, that's pretty much it. I'm AdventureLink. Thank you for watching. Thanks again for your support, past, present, and future. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Do all those things to help me make a living here on YouTube, or at least get it kicked off on the gaming channel anyway. It also tells YouTube if I'm doing a good job or not, and I'm making crappy videos, blah, 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 blah. Also, a special shout out to KY on Patreon for being a patron. You too can be a patron, or a star, or a PayPal, or something. Got 5 sources. Sorry. GoFundMe, Facebook fundraisers, Subscribestar, PayPal.me, and Facebook, or Patreon rather. Go check them out. Those links are in the video description, as well as social media. Any amount helps out, and as Games for the Grave would say, it helps keep this channel and myself alive and undead. If you never want to miss a video from me again, Don't forget to ring that bell so you hopefully never miss any videos. And yes, I can say hopefully because their little bell's broken. Because there are some YouTubers, Review Tech USA, that, I hardly get notifications for. But yet there's other channels I hardly ever view, even channels I view on a daily basis, that, I get their notifications for. Why not Rich's? Oh well. We'll just close out this video by saying, as Eric the Car Guy would say, be safe, have fun, and of course, stay dirty. And as Eric O would say, viewers, if I can do it, so can you. Take care. See you all in the next video. Until next we meet, happy gaming, game on, and have a good rest of your day, evening, or whatever time of the day this is for you.